Hello, hello. Greetings and happy Monday to you. Today is April 14th, 2025. My name is Sonja Marie, and I am here to give you some love, here to give you some astrological insight, here to give you some spiritual understanding, here to get things going as you know, adjust this technology going on. What is happening, everybody? Love to you, light to your heart, light to all that you do. Please come on in and take a seat. I'd appreciate you showing up and sharing this information. If it resonates with you, please do so. I really, 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 really would appreciate that thing. I'm waiting for a few people to come on in here because I have some awesome announcements on top of the announcement that I already gave last week. So let me just adjust. Let me just adjust and allow technology to do what it's doing. Again, please share with your friends and let them know that we are on right now. It is 12 o'clock. Well, 12:04. Pacific Standard Time. And I love to share with you what's going on for this week, astrologically speaking. Are you ready? Are you ready? I got my tea prepared and I'm ready to share with you what's happening. Jennifer Bliss and Kim is sliding on in here. I believe it's Jira or Jira, number 3, over here on Instagram. What's up, Isaiah? I believe that's rolling on through, giving you a nice little wave. What is happening? That's Austin. My bad. Austin, Michael, a Messiah, a Misa. Oh, Lord have mercy. Please forgive me. Don't charge my heart, charge my brain because I'm not reading it or pronouncing it properly. What's up, everybody? I see y'all rolling in now. So, how was your weekend? Talk to the folk. Let them know how the weekend was. What's going on? Polish my pearls. ZP is here. Sweet Tea is here. I'm so happy y'all in the space. Thank you for showing up like you do. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really, 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 really do appreciate y'all for being here and listening to what it is that comes through me. Like I said a number of times before, or else I will be talking to myself. A few announcements that I do want to give. I want to let y'all know that I do astrological spiritual readings, as I call them. It's a 3-tier type of situation if you are not aware. The first part, the first tier, is me talking to your ancestors and your guides. I do have that ability to kind of peer through the veil of your existence and see your people. So that's the first part of the reading. We talk to them and they send downloads about what's going on in your life and what needs to be shared in your life at the particular time, at that time of the reading. So every reading is different, you dig? Because they have something to say each and every time. The second part of it, the second tier, is the astrological part, based on your time, your date, and your place of birth. Yep, yep, yep. Based on your time, your date, and your place of birth. I'm sorry, I'm getting a little distracted, but I'm back. We go into your personality. I love astrology for the very reason which I've said 100 million times. Astrology is basically your personality, the thing that we have on the outside of us that administers our soul's journey. That's my perspective. That's how I look at things. Oftentimes, our soul, not oftentimes, 100% of the time, our soul comes to the planet to do a particular job, right? To have a particular experience. But oftentimes our personality can stand in the way. So when we do readings, me, you, your guides, my guides, when we do readings, we try to peel back the layer of your personality, see what your soul needs, and then utilize your personality or explain, describe your personality in a way in which it is helping you or hurting you in some type of way at that particular time. How you doing, Angelique? Grand day to you as well. Yeah. And then the third part, we do a 5-card tarot spread that helps to solidify the entire reading. I've also said this before. The reason why it is 3-tier, because I'm that type of person where I feel like God shows up in everything. So most of the time, if not all of the time, the same messages or semblances of the same messages come through all those 3 different tiers. It's crazy. I love doing readings. It does take a lot out of me, and it takes a little bit out of you too, because I need you to be present as heck, right? We do it on Zoom 100% of the time, and I will send you a recording of that particular session in which you can literally save forever. I erase it from my side of the lens, so to speak, and you get to save it. I've been told via emails and testimonies, in which I don't post that much. And I don't know why. But the bottom line is, I've been told that a lot of times the readings don't make sense to people. Not always, but every now and again, they're like, I don't know what that lady was talking about. Why I spend that money? Why did I say, blah, 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 blah? What was she talking about? And then they go back to the reading somehow, some way, for whatever reason, and find that there are things that Spirit was talking about months prior to the actual read. Now, I'll be honest with you, and I said this before to clients. I don't like future telling. I think it's weird, only because humans, you, me, we can change the order of our destiny at any time. A lot of us believe that God has one thing for us. Yes, God has a promise for us. God has a vision for us. God has an aim, and God and her beautiful court of angels on the other side help to keep us. This is my opinion and my opinion only. So you can either believe it or not, and it's okay. But what I believe is that God has a way of kind of keeping us on track. But the human in us, we're co-creating this existence, so we can actually change our mind in the middle of things and go left. And that thing that was future told, so to speak, or that came through months ago via myself or anybody else that has the ability to see, could go out the window because the human decided to do something different. But oftentimes, if you're not really paying attention to it, it shows up anyway, because that's God. The message, that is, it'll show up anyway. So there we have it. Please, if you want to get a reading, schedule and pay via my website at wordlifeastrology.com. That's wordlifeastrology.com. I've said before, if it's a little bit too much for you, because money is weird right now for everybody, and I get that. I totally get that. I'm not a gouger. If I could do this for free, I absolutely would. Trust me. Trust me, I would. But if you wanted to come in half with a friend, do that. Half, three of y'all want to come in and get a group kind of read of why your relationship or your friendship is so bomb, or what you need to do in order to improve your business, or what you need to do in order to improve being a parent. You and your spouse can come together as a parent read or something like that. It's endless. The bottom line is that if you need guidance in anything, up to about 3 people at one time, come check your girl out. All right. I'd really appreciate that. Thank y'all for rolling in. Rabbi Rob is here. Melania is here. What's going on? Nicia is here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. I have one special announcement, which I'm crazy excited for. Gave y'all a teaser last week. Y'all know I'm doing a residency, right? Yes, that's me speaking my poetry, singing a little bit. I'm not like a singer, y'all, but I do carry a little tune every now and again, which I love in my own voice. Excuse me for burping. All right, so I'm doing a residency at the Del Monte Speakeasy, which is located underneath the Townhouse in Venice, California. I have 3 special guests that are going to perform with me on each date. The first date is June 1st, in which Fanny Franklin will be performing with me. If you don't know, check out Fanny Franklin on Instagram, IG. Go to Raise for Life. She may kill me if I misspoke, but her name is Fanny Franklin. You can search it and she'll come up. Raise for Life or Raise for Love, right? That's me and Fanny. Fanny, if you don't know Fanny, she used to be the lead singer of Oregon. She used to be the lead singer of Oregon here in Los Angeles. She is a soulful rocker, beautiful spirit. I love Fanny. I love Fanny so much. Fanny is that acoustic, um, what I want to say, like acoustic gem that people don't really necessarily tap into, not unless you come across her and you're like, oh my God, I needed that. And I didn't even realize I needed that. She's a Libra. She's gosh darn cynical as hell and always talks shit, but I love her. I love her to death. Fanny is a powerhouse and she will be playing with me on June 1st. Okay. On July 6th, which is the day before my birthday, my solar return, I will be Cinco Cinco. Cinco Cinco 5 y'all. Be 55 years young. Uh-huh. On my 55th birthday or the eve of it, my good friend, my brother for life, my artistic muse of a partner, Cody Chestnut, will be performing with me on July 6th. If you are in Los Angeles or if you want to come to Los Angeles, if you don't know about Cody Chestnut, you should probably look him up. You should probably look him up. And I put the pre-sale tickets in my description box here on YouTube. I will put it over on IG sometime today, but I'm going to tell y'all really, really quickly. That July 6th date with Cody is going to be sold out. I'm just trying to tell you. And it only holds 200 people. So please get your pre-sale ticket if you want to see Cody Chestnut and myself on July 6th. As well as June 1st, get that pre-sale ticket as well. That's located in the description box here on on YouTube. On August 10th, I'm playing too, the last date of my residency, but I haven't found an artist yet. And I've been looking for a few people, but they're not getting back at me. And I'm not the type of person to push. You understand what I mean? I'm really interested like that. I put it out there a little bit, and if spirit says, it's not coming back right away, I go, okay. Let's just wait. Let's just see. You know what I mean? Sometimes when you push your agenda, it doesn't go the way that it should. You know what I mean? Not saying I mean. So I asked Naila, and Naila said that she actually will be busy that day, and she's coming later on that month for her own performance. So thank you, Jira. Jira, who asked about Naila. She was the first person I asked. Naila Porter is a really, really good friend of mine. That's my sister, and I would love to perform with her, but she's busy, so we'll find somebody else for August 10th. But the pre-sale ticket link is, again, it's going to be on Instagram today, and it's definitely here on YouTube. Please check it out. Get that ticket. It's only $12, y'all. To see Sonja Marie and Cody Chestnut, y'all must be drunk if y'all don't want to show up. I'm just saying, to see Sonja Marie and Fanny Franklin, y'all must be drunk. If you're going to be in town, make it happen. And I'm going to blow it up until then. So go on and make that thing available for yourself. Get some of this love and some of this healing on you, okay? All right, that's enough of that because I can go on and talk and talk and talk. Are y'all excited? I don't see no yays or nothing. Y'all not excited? Y'all know nothing about Cody Chestnut? Y'all know nothing about Fanny Franklin? Y'all know nothing about Sonja Marie? For a bit of a tidbit of Cody, please look up here on YouTube if you want, With Me in Mind, by Sonja Marie and Cody Chestnut. It's a song that I did on his first album, The Headphone Masterpiece, with it's just like a guitar riff, a heavy ass, gritty ass guitar riff, and me doing a poem. And it opened up his first album. It was the first track on his first album. Brilliant, the brilliance that came through us too. Again, we go back a long way. It's almost 30 years, y'all. Please look up Cody Chestnut. You will not be disappointed. He used to roll with the Roots crew every now and again, back in the day. So I don't know. I'm excited, and I pray that I see y'all there. Please spread the word. Bird. You excited, Angelique? Oh, and it's on Sundays. Yes, it's on Sunday. It's early Sundays, June 1st, July 6th, and August 10th is early. The doors open at 7 o'clock, so you'll be in bed by 10:30, ready for work the next day. Don't play with me. I try to consider everybody in this thing, in this makings of this thing. Yo, it's going down. It's just going down. All right. Hopefully you feel my excitement. Hopefully you get that $12 ticket before it goes up to $112 and we trying to sell out the dome or the gosh darn Hollywood Bowl. I'm saying I'm manifesting it. I'm making it happen, y'all. Get in while the getting is good. Y'all ready for some astrology? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. How was your weekend? How was your weekend? I pray everything was well with you. I really, 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 really do. This weekend was interesting. Today, I'm going to be very, very transparent with y'all. Because even though I am excited, thank you, Angelique. I appreciate the party you and I are having in this moment about Sonja Marie, Fanny Franklin, Cody Chestnut, and whoever else is playing on the 10th. It's just me and you, baby. I'm teasing and I'm just being a little facetious, but she's the only one that's like, yeah, this is gonna be dope. This one sister squirrel, little story. This one sister in Rainbow Acres, it's a health food store out here in Los Angeles. I was in there. I'm talkative today because I got some tea, and I also want to be very, very slow and intentional today. So I hope you got some time, or you can come back and just watch the recording. I'd appreciate that. I was in the store, and she looked at my credit card and she was like, I don't mean to be forward, but would you happen to be the Sonja Marie that's on Cody Chestnut's album? This is not for ego purposes, y'all. I'm telling y'all this to let y'all know that you never die. The things that you do and the impressions that you put on the planet, the impressions that you put on people's heart never, ever go away via art, via a hug, via a conversation, via understanding somebody, via taking your time with them, via pumping them up. You know, your impressions never go anywhere. Whenever I speak, just to let y'all know, I don't speak to just pump myself up, although the Leo in me makes it feel that way. It's always a message behind that thing, and it's always God pushing my tongue to tell me, to tell you and me sometimes, that's for damn sure, something to add to how we're going to grow in this moment. So in any case, as she says that, and she goes, are you the Sonja Marie on Cody Chestnut's album? How about this? She's 30 years old. How about she's 30 and I'm 55 almost? And gosh darn, who knew that Cody and I both, because he's 2 years older than me. Hope you don't mind, I told his age, but I hope, who would know that this youngster is affected by us in a way in which they're affected. I know I'm taking 17 minutes, a long time to tell y'all this, but please follow this inspiration. And the inspiration is as I'm standing there and I'm looking at her and I'm going, yes, that's me. She fanned out, not on me. I have to say that honestly. She fanned out on Cody more than anything because he's a little bit more famous than I am in some kind of way. In any case, I say that funny because I just looked at her and I went outside and I really just shed a tear or two because it was just before my show I did in February. And, you know, as artists, we are all insecure in our own way because we don't necessarily know what it is that we hold so dear in our hearts and in our inside, how that thing is being affected. We're so vulnerable to sharing our creations. We don't know how it's affecting someone. That's why it's so weird when people are like, oh, I didn't like that. Turn the page. Just like, wait, do you understand all the things that went into it? In any case, the bottom line is that this young girl was just so flabbergasted. And I was in tears later going, wow, you just never, ever know your impressions that you put on people. So please, please, and very please stop. Let me say that again. Please and very please do not stop putting your impressions where they may lay. Which brings me to a download that I was asked to talk about when I was in the shower today. I'm going to get to astrology. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. Yay, ZP. Thank you. I'm excited too. Yay. Please look up Cody. Please look him up. Listen. This is why I kind of want to take my time today. This is why I'm kind of like being a little, well, first of all, the moon is in Scorpio today, if y'all didn't know that. So we're going to take our time for real because there's a depth that's hitting me, and I'm sure that's hitting everybody else, but definitely to the water signs. There's a depth that's hitting us whenever the moon goes into a water compadre. And that's the same for air and earth and fire. Whenever the moon is in your particular element, that element and what that element brings is heightened. Earth is practicality, fire is action, air is thoughts, thinking, planning, intellect, and water is emotion and the depth of things. So I was taking my time today and I was in the shower and I was going, wow, I'm not necessarily feeling heavy, but I'm feeling deep. And I started to hear spirit say, you know why? Because there's a big ass coat on everybody right now. I know you're like, Sonja, where the hell are you going with this? Hold on, let me take a little sip. There's a big ass coat that's on everybody right now. And I recognized that coat as I was talking, and thank y'all for riding with me because I'm going to go all over the place, but I'm coming back to one. I recognized that coat when I was sitting with the village on Thursday. It's a group of us that come together every 2 weeks, talk about spirituality and astrology, and it's $44 a month. If you want to inquire, go to my website at wordlifeastrology.com. It's about 14 of us, and we've been rocking for over a year. And one of the newest sisters, Simone, big up to Simone, what's happening to you, sweetie pie? Just came back from Vietnam, and she was living there. She was saying how she kind of came back into the U.S. and got inundated. And all of a sudden, and I didn't even express all of this to the village when we were talking, but it grew over me over the weekend. All of a sudden, I saw this coat on us. What she explained specifically is that there's only the type of fear, stress, and heavy that we specifically feel in the United States. There's no other place in which she's traveled. And I loved how she put this, right? In which this is this inundation, this wall. And this is my interpretation of what she said, this inundation and this wall of heavy that sits on us as citizens. Why? Because they feed off of our fear, because they get rich off of our fear, because when they keep us in fear, they keep us attacking one another. They keep their funeral homes in fucking business. You understand what I'm saying? They keep their pharmaceuticals in business. They keep their jails in business. She was explaining how it's just this tremendous, just this bubble of dissension and fear and heavy. And oftentimes, I'll be quite honest with you, although I've never lived in another country, right? I actually feel that every now and again. And that's what I was feeling in the shower earlier. Like, what is this heavy? What is this coat? What is this thing that literally will join us when we wake up? It's not even that we even ask and say, hey, coat, come on over. Be a part of my outfit today. I'd like to wear you so I can be stressed the fuck out. And it's part of this too, y'all, as I wait for the policeman to go by. It's like waking up and hearing fire engines. It's the noise pollution. It's waking up and hearing police sirens. 5:00 this morning, a police car was going down the street. I didn't even fully get up out of my dream state yet. And all of a sudden there's that. Emergency, emergency. Wake up. Put the coat on. Put the fear on. Are y'all with me? Are y'all listening to me? Does this make sense to you? Or are you so wrapped up in that coat that you have designed, again, an outfit out of it? You're so wrapped up in that coat that you feel naked without it. You're so wrapped up in that coat that if Sonja saw you on the street and I went in for a big bear hug or something, you would swing on me right hook in my cheek. Because why? You're not familiar with love. You're not familiar with affection. You wrapped up in that coat. We all are, y'all. We all are. But spirit has given us tools like astrology, like certain types of spiritual modalities, meditations and cards and prayer and the Bible and good people to come together to be able to take that coat off of us. So we can feel like, okay, we live in another country, or we can feel like we're by the ocean, and we can't even go by the ocean nowadays here on the Pacific side. The fires have polluted the water in which the cities have not been. Oh my God, why am I preaching today? The cities haven't cleaned up after the fires. So fish are dying. People are getting sick. All I say is this, is that we have the choice to take that coat off every single day, y'all. This might be heavy to some. This might be obvious to a few. And if it's obvious to you and you don't necessarily want to hear this, you have every choice to turn it off. But I want to remind you of what it is you're sitting in, of what we're sitting in, and how much we can turn the volume down, how much we can take the coat off, how much we need to learn how to trust more and more and more. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the trusting of a person, the trusting of a thing, the trusting of God's words get us closer to what is actual, what is necessary, what is true, what is light, what is God. You can't sit back and expect love to come to your door. You can't sit back and expect truth to find its way to you. Sometimes we have to open up and go seek it. Sometimes we have to open up and trust it. Sometimes we have to literally tell the coat, you need to get off of me and sit over here. Do I sound like I'm talking Mandarin? Or is this like settling into you? I'm wondering. Please talk to me. How you doing, Wendell? He says, I know about how that weight and that coat feels when it visits you. Yes, I'm sure you do, brother. But again, I want to implore you. You saying the same things, Angelique? Hold on for a second, y'all. I'm looking forward to going to Mexico this summer and releasing that American overlay. Come on now. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's an overlay in which, again, we sit back and willingly take it on because in some way in our conditioning, we were taught, I know I was, we were taught how you had to hustle, how you had to not only hustle, but you had to be mean, how you had to not only be mean, but you had to step on toes in order to get what you want. Not only how you have to be step on toes, but you have to bully a situation. Not only that, but you got to be busy. Please be busy. Be busy because it looks like you're doing something and it looks like you're advancing when you're not fucking going anywhere. When you're riding and running on a treadmill and you're doing nothing. But people, you go into a room full of people and people gravitate towards the folks that have the money, have the shiny objects, that feel like they're doing more than the other. You don't know what the quiet person is doing in the corner. You don't know how God's people are quietly transforming this existence. Not the ones that are shiny and blinging out any longer. That existence has passed by us, y'all. My reason for this download is to keep us all on par. That hype, that fierce, get them, get it, bleed yourself, be tired in doing so, spend all the money that you need to spend, curse the people out, be mean, be that mean girl, be that overly aggressive dude, take your place, make sure, that's dead. It's so dead that I am specifically just tired of talking to people. I mean, I love people, but I get into a point where I'm like, are we going to have the same conversation or are you going to open up your heart and really tell a sister how you feel? I'm waiting for the real words. Now, in my youth, I was known for kind of dragging it out of people, but I kind of got my feelings hurt every now and again because sometimes people ain't ready for it. Sometimes people ain't ready for them hard questions. The moon is in Scorpio today, y'all. If you have not heard, so I'm going deep because I'm a Cancer and I got to. But sometimes people ain't ready for that depth. And we have to be discerning in that way too and know who we're talking to. Does this make sense? Are y'all with me? Age of Aquarius is telling it near, and so are these babies that are coming in looking at us like y'all are crazy. Y'all been living in this fucking swamp. Y'all been living in this mean ass existence. Y'all been surrounded by people who act like they love you and really don't care. Y'all been playing this game. Aren't y'all tired of playing the game of who loves you and who doesn't? That's a real fucking question. Are we tired of playing the game of who is on my side and who is not? When at the end of the day, if it doesn't benefit them in this uber fucking capitalistic society, at the end of the day, they're not loving us because it doesn't benefit them. They're not caring for us because it doesn't benefit them. It doesn't make them popular. But this is what I'm saying. That type of ideology, that type of way of being is leaving, is dying, and the vulnerable is winning. The vulnerable is winning. I need for y'all to really understand that and repack your bag. Repack your bag and leave that coat at home. If you want to be a leader for the future, I'm really, really imploring you to do that. Please, however that looks in your community, however that looks in your family. If you are like me in the way that I go home sometimes and drop a grenade in the middle of the floor. And nobody wants to hear Sonja. And listen, my family can be on here and I'll tell them the same thing because they know. They know. Nobody wants to hear me. Because the truth is the freaking truth. Not my truth, but the way it comes through sometimes, everybody knows it. People just don't want to talk about it. People don't want to see it. People want to get scared around it. People wonder if they are being left by this capitalistic society that has proved to have a number of winners, a number of successful people, such as millionaires and billionaires and beautiful people with tight ass waist and big booties now, right? Where it wasn't like that before. Who's the winner? So are we like following this trend of who's winning? Is that not exhausting? To follow a trend and follow an existence of other people that appears to be winning when we're really not winning because you're not following your own heart, your own inception, your own connection to spirit, your own idea of life and existence. Forgive me, y'all. I'm on a soapbox today. Because that moon in Scorpio is sitting on me heavy. And if I don't talk to somebody about it, I'm going to go Betty out this motherfucker. I hope y'all hear me. I really, really do. We're going to continue to talk about that. And if y'all want to ask or drop some questions, please do that. Because every now and again, I like to stop myself in the middle of the soapbox. That's why my ass is getting back on stage with some music. Because if I put it to music, at least it'll sound pleasing. Ooh, girl. By the way, today is Monday, February, huh? You see how much that coat is on me? I had to zoom me back a couple of months. Listen, it is April 14th. Today's my cousin Randy's birthday. Happy solar return, Randall. I was gonna say today is Monday, February 14th. I said it again. April 14th, and I just got distracted by a thought because I wanted to tell y'all today that this moon in Scorpio is the only aspect that's going down today. It's the only aspect that we're going to talk about today. That's for sure. So that's why I'm kind of harboring on this extreme, deep, emotional connection that I'm feeling personally. And I don't know if you are too. Again, talk to me. Talk to each other. Are y'all feeling this? And again, it don't have to be emotional heavy, like I want to cry and throw things around in the house. I'm not asking you that. Sometimes we sit. Sometimes we're stopped. Sometimes we feel that coat. Sometimes we feel the heavy and we go, wait a minute. Let me figure this thing out. Because if I keep moving with the heavy, it might run me into a wall. So let me figure out why this heavy is on me. Let me take this coat off if I need to. You understand what I'm saying? That's what we're talking about today with this moon in Scorpio. Big up to all the Scorpio people who are actually loving this energy, who are sitting with it saying, yo, you know what? This is my total existence. This is who I am on a norm. So get with it. Tomorrow, Tuesday, thank y'all for wiring me up. The wise. 3 Y's is yes, y'all. That's old school speak on this Wordlife Astrology channel. So thank you, Rob, and everybody else reminding us, Milana. I just can't move from the truth to accommodate anything or anybody choosing not to live in it. Let's go, Rob. I can't neither, brother. And I'm going to tell you, the challenge is watching people that you love. And we spoke about this several times here. The challenge is watching people that you love choosing to keep that coat on. So I'm in that space in my senior year of 55, almost 55 years young, is that how do I talk to them? How do I sit back and allow them to be in that thing without connecting with them and being extreme? Because Scorpio energy says we should be extreme. It's either on or nothing. It's either 0 or 60. But that's not existence. That's not true living. That's not God, y'all. Because we have the night and the day, the up and the down, there's integration in it all. We have to be able to live with it. You understand? Until everybody can kind of get on board with it. And we might be dead by that time. Going into this age of Aquarius, we might be gone. But let me tell you, we are the pioneers of it. So that means we have to feel it even stronger than how they would feel it 50 years from now, 60, 70, 100 years from now. Are y'all getting what I'm saying? We got to push through with it. We got to be convicted. We have to let people be themselves and let them find their own way. Because on some end, that nobody can, on some level, nobody can convince them of the depth, of the coat, of the lie of capitalism, of the lie of living on the superficial value of things, the lie of talking shit and being petty about people, the lie of control, the fear that comes over you when you're not in control. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm preaching to the damn choir. Maybe that's why y'all so quiet. And tell me if I am. I'll shut up. I will absolutely shut up and save my breath. But it's something we got to get. Tuesday, y'all, we're going to have a chance to practice all of this. You know why? Because the moon is in Scorpio at the beginning of the day. And then it goes into Sagittarius at 10:37 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So most of the day tomorrow, the moon is in Scorpio. But I want to tell you something though. That moon is going to do a lot of things tomorrow. The depth in which I'm speaking right now, that I took almost 30 minutes to express to y'all and talk to y'all about, can show up and match up with different energies tomorrow because there are aspects tomorrow, a bunch of them, that want to not necessarily challenge this depth, but want to highlight it, possibly, maybe, want to bring you it face off on it. Possibly, maybe have you deal with it. Whereas today, there's no aspect. So today, you just feel the depth. Do you understand my way of teaching? I'm introducing you into the depth for today, making you feel comfortable with it, taking the coat off. So tomorrow, when we are dealt with an inundation of all types of energies that want to spark that depth, highlight that depth, challenge that depth, we will be able to sit in our own truth, in our own depth, and be able to ride it, walk through it, understand it without reacting. Are y'all with me so far? Meet them where they're at, Nia. But are you with me so far? We have to meet people where we're at, but at the same time, it's challenging. Let's just say it. It's challenging. So tomorrow, here's the thing. I'm gonna run it down for those that like to take notes. I was told by a sweet new friend of mine, Miss India. She's like, I take notes. So here's the note taking, and then I'm gonna go back and explain, Lucy. Let's explain this thing. Thank y'all for understanding me. I appreciate that so much. Tuesday, tomorrow, that moon in Scorpio is going to trine Venus. That moon in Scorpio is going to quincunx the sun. That moon in Scorpio is going to trine Saturn. Moon in Scorpio is going to trine Mars. The moon in Scorpio is going to trine, what's that? Mercury. I got thrown off because I'm like, Mercury is in Aries. So when the moon trines Mercury, that moon will be in Sagittarius, my bad, because Mercury is in Aries. The moon will be in Sag, right? And then when that moon is in Sag, it's going to trine Neptune. in Aries. It's a lot of information with Scorpio doing its due in the beginning part of the day, and then it ends differently. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Shout out to the record keepers, the ones taking notes, right? Listen, tomorrow that moon in Scorpio trine in Venus allows us to express this depth, this passion, this inner fortitude that I am expressing to you so emphatically in whatever way it comes through you singularly and individually. What are you passionate about nowadays? Today, let's talk about today, not nowadays. Let's just talk about today. Put a word, a phrase, talk to your people here on this World Wide Webby. Tell us, what are you passionate about today? Because tomorrow, when that moon, that passionate moon in Scorpio trines Venus in Pisces, it's saying express this depth in a way in which not necessarily you want to convince anybody. Thank you, Spirit. I don't know if y'all gonna get this, but there's a vision that I just had in my mind where that passion, that whatever it is that you are passionate about in this moment in time, whatever you thinking that you're passionate about, and it can be anything. Lollipops, working out, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your children, your work, your talent, your money, whatever it is. I don't care what it is. Whatever you're passionate about. That moon in Scorpio wants to express it in a hardcore kind of way, 0 to 60 on full tilt. And then that Venus says, and we're going to do it in such a loving way. How does that happen? Because Venus in Pisces is a never ending well. And what I just felt like, the visual that I had was this passionate surge coming through, hitting people square in the face. That's why you need to be aware of the passion that you have in this moment in time. Because tomorrow, when it hits somebody with that Venus backing it with God's grace, Venus and Pisces, God's grace, never-ending love, a deep well of love, with all of this wonderful understanding of spirit behind it, it gots to be true. It gots to be true. Are y'all understanding me? Thank you, Kim, for answering my question. Kim says she's passionate about family, right? If family is that passionate thing tomorrow, maybe you have to step up for family. Maybe you got to speak to your family. Maybe you got to share different things with your family in which your family may not be ready for. You understand? With that Venus and Pisces behind it. And remember, Venus is about value. So it's coming with the value of God. It's coming with the value of spirit. It's coming with the value of what's unknown. You could be passionate about some shit right now that nobody has seen, or maybe on Tuesday morning, that nobody has seen yet. Not even you. And you sitting there gunning for it. Does this make sense? Y'all working? Does this make sense? You sitting there gunning for it, right? Now check it out though. That moon in Scorpio tomorrow, Tuesday, yes, Tuesday, will quincunx, that's Quincunx, okay? Quincunx is like an irritation to the sun, to your ego. So somebody's ego is being tested, whether it's yours or theirs, the person you're speaking to or about or for in that moment in time. The ego. It's one thing for Venus to get it. Venus says, oh, I understand that kind of passion because I am passion. So let's push it forward with the love of God. Let's push it forward like this is meant to be. But when that moon quincunx the sun, it's almost like the human part of us goes, wait, hold on. I'm irritated by the fact that somebody is pushing me. Somebody got their foot in my back. Somebody makes me want to make me transform. And I haven't consented to this yet. Well, first of all, you have. First of all, you have. Whatever passions you have in this moment in time and you're being pushed to do it tomorrow, you gave spirit permission months ago, weeks ago, years ago, in your prayers, in your tears, in your meditation. You have. It's just that sometimes the human, the ego, right? The sun is the ego, the core you sometimes get a little thrown off because you can't control me and tell me where to go, when to go. I'm just saying, you want to take that coat off? You want to take that coat off and just fly and be passionate in a direction where God told you to go, where spirit told you to go, where your insides, your soul even told you to go? Are we talking today? Come on now. Tuesday, the moon will trine Saturn. And you want to push back on Saturn now? Your ego, the sun wants to push back on Saturn now? No, ma'am, no, sir. Because Saturn in Pisces has been setting up the ducks, as I've been talking about for the last year or so. Saturn in Pisces has been lovingly, compassionately allowing you to get this discipline, to get this hard work, to get this lesson that's coming across. Yo, when it goes into Aries, it ain't gonna be nice. That's all I'm telling you right now. And it's happening really, really soon, within a month and a half or so. When Saturn goes out of Pisces and into Aries, our lessons are going to kick us in the booty. And you're going to be wishing that Saturn was in Pisces again, keeping the lessons nice and easy and smooth and compassionate and unconditional and loving and forgiving. Because Aries don't take no shorts. So if that moon in Scorpio is trining Saturn tomorrow and is presenting these strong boundaries without words, I might add. Sometimes those boundaries need to come up. Sometimes that work needs to come. The lessons need to come up without you saying a daggone thing. I tell my son this all the time. Pick your battles, cuz. Pick your battles. We don't have to be out there fighting every single battle. We don't have to be out there saying the thing with words each and every time. This may be hard to swallow for fire signs, because fire signs, they get their moxie by getting in there and swinging. They get their attention, they get their money, they get their coins, they get their affection, they get all the things they get by swinging. But sometimes, when that moon in Scorpio is trying in that Saturn, it's like, yo, pipe down. Sometimes you can insist your position and your will without throwing a punch, cuz. Sometimes you can insist your position and your will, your discerning, your boundaries, your lessons, your hard works, check your fear without throwing a punch and getting mad about a thing. Sometimes you don't have to say nothing. Just show up. I hope y'all feeling me. I'm really, really passionate. As I said 7 times today. Tomorrow, that moon in Scorpio trines Mars in Cancer. So you want to stay in your ego? You want to stay with that sun bothering your ego and you wanting to hold on to that coat? You wanting to be caught in that humanness? I say no, please, and don't do it. Why? Because that moon in Scorpio trining Mars in Cancer says this passion that I feel, this propulsion in my heart right now that makes me want to go from 0 to 60 is being led like a caboose by Mars and Cancer. You do know Cancer is the leader. Cancer is a leader. So if you have Mars, which is an action planet, a motivation planet, sex as well, fighting and confrontation, when you have that planet in a leading sign, even if it is emotional Cancer, don't get it twisted. Cancer leads with emotions, especially when it gets pissed off and passionate about something. So it says, I'm going to take this passion that this moon in Scorpio is giving me and move on the thing. Let's go. Get out the way. I appreciate you. I'm caring because my Mars is in Cancer in this moment. And remember, this is for everybody. This is a transit read for every sign. How you devour it, how you take it in is on you, boo-boo. But this is what's happening in the sky right now. Okay? Mars says, let's go. Let's do it. Let's work in that passion. Don't be thrown off with your ego about it, please, and very please. That's a waste of freaking time. You know why? Because we're moving anyway. We're evolving anyway. The babies are here to tell you anyway. Y'all crazy for sitting in this dumb shit. We got other things to do, like love. Tomorrow, that moon will turn into Sagittarius, right? So now the moon tomorrow evening at 10:37 p.m., like I suggested, on the east side of life, now that moon in Sagittarius says, okay, we need some fire behind this thing. Scorpio brought all the passion, the propulsion, the feeling, the understanding, the determination. And now Sag moon says, let's move. But not only let's move erratically, let's move. Let me say that again. Not only let's move, but move with exuberance, with positivity, but move never ending. What I mean by that is like constantly in motion. Sag, I call the road runner of the zodiac because it never stops moving. But listen to me, y'all. Doesn't it make sense to understand what that passion really is before that moon in Sag gets a hold of it? Doesn't it make sense to actually keep the thing going in a direction, in a propulsion, in a vibration, in a magnetism, in the way your spirit is in agreement with before that moon in Sag gets it? I want to tell you, yes, that's the answer, because Sag will take it and fly. Sag will take it in a very selfish way too. Like, oh, y'all didn't get me when I was trying to be nice. All right, fuck it, move out the way. Let me go. That's the feeling, the emotion. It's gonna hook up with Mercury in Aries tomorrow evening. So not only is it time to go, because the moon in Sag says let's do it. You know, it's hooking up with how we think, how we process information, how quickly the information is coming. So it's time to move fast and think faster. Does that make sense? Tomorrow evening, you might have some people, not everybody. This ain't for everybody. Whatever helps, helps. Whatever doesn't, throw it away. Okay? But you might have a hard time sleeping tomorrow night. With that moon in Sag, trining, hooking up right and nice harmonically with Mercury and Aries, and Mercury's going direct. That's a lot of mercurial activity. That's a lot of brain waves happening. Are y'all getting where I'm coming from? Also tomorrow, oh, of course, because Sonja's dope like that. Tomorrow, also, the moon in Sag, the last aspect for Tuesday, is going to trine Neptune. Neptune is in Aries, y'all. Neptune deals with dreams. That's why I said, of course, we might have a hard time sleeping tomorrow. So take an edible. No, I'm just joking. I'm joking on this World Wide Webby. It's a joke. It's a joke. I'm not prescribing drugs. But the bottom line is that with Neptune dealing with dreams, sleepy time, imagination, confusion, delusion, it's moving really quickly. So if our brain is moving quick tomorrow night, Mercury, spawned by moon in Sag, and Neptune is moving quick because it's in Aries now, and the dreams are coming like a big dog. You understand what I'm saying? All kinds of inspiration is coming like a big dog, fast, and it's spawned by that moon in Sag. It's a fast night tomorrow. You may have time. You may not have the right, excuse me for botching up my words today, y'all. But I literally feel like, let me finish that thought. You might have a hard time sleeping tomorrow. So make sure that you either wear yourself out tomorrow, work out tomorrow so you can sleep really, really good. Or again, lovingly take an edible. Or, you know what I mean? Put some good music on, some meditative music on that'll help you to lull you to sleep tomorrow night. And I say all that to say is because I really want us to prepare ourselves for this influx of energy that's about to come and literally swoop everybody off their feet. When these planets goes into Aries in the next month or two, and we're going to talk about it because y'all know I'm going to be here doing my best, not unless God takes me from the planet. We're going to talk about how Aries is going to come in literally and just blow the face off everybody. Because we've been given time to get this thing right, how we want to get it right for ourselves. This thing called life, our dreams, how we want to live this thing, omitting all things that do not work and including the things that do work for us. You understand? Check it out. Wednesday, that moon is going to stay in Sagittarius. Oh, and that's when Mercury goes into Aries. Yes, so I was right. Yeah. Mercury goes into Aries. Oh, okay. It don't matter. So the bottom line is this. Tomorrow, Wednesday, that moon in Sag will sextile Pluto. The moon in Sag will sextile Pluto. Transformation and breakthrough. Now you know the truth of it. God, I love God. I love God. I love spirit. I love myself. I love who I am. I love the energy and the information that comes through me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It brings us to Wednesday. Do y'all see the setup? If you get me and how I teach and how I share, you'll see the setup. We go deep into our passion on Monday. Feel that thing all the way through today. On Tuesday, we got some things that actually want to spark it, like Saturn and its discipline, Mars and its movement, Mercury and its thought process, Neptune and its imagination, but it could keep us up at night, Venus and its passion, right? In order for us Wednesday to do what? To transform. To transform. Pluto is about transformation. Pluto is about power. Pluto is about destruction. Pluto is about, y'all know this already. Pluto is about destruction. Pluto is about passion because it's Scorpio's planet. Pluto is the Tasmanian devil, I affectionately call it, because it comes in and it just whips stuff up just to whip stuff up. Scorpio energy is good for that. Sometimes it's good because we need an exciting adventure to happen. And sometimes it's like, God damn, sit down. Why do we have to be so dramatic right now? Why does everything have to be falling and nothing is falling at all? But understand this, on Wednesday, though, when that moon is sitting with Pluto, it wants us to realign with our not only our passion, our transformation, because now we're being given the opportunity to transform in front of everybody's eyes. Why? Because Pluto is in Aquarius, the people sign, humanity. We're transforming not only for ourselves, we're transforming for the people. Does this make sense? Are y'all with me? Ask questions, y'all, because sometimes I really feel like I ask, does this make sense? Does this make sense? Like 17,000 times during a fucking rundown. And I'll be truthful with you, it gets on my own nerves. But I only ask that because I can't see you and I don't know what y'all doing. And I don't know if these words are landing or if I'm just talking out my ass just to be talking. And y'all like, okay, Sonja, that was cute. Thank you for doing that rundown. Appreciate your time, but I ain't understand shit you said. No, I want y'all to understand me. There's a science behind this, and there's a lot of intuition behind it as well. That moon in Sag hitting that Pluto is trying to transform us in the way. Thank you, Arcandis. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. So if it's just you and me, landing and listening, okay, Milana, thank you. I appreciate that. So that transformation is necessary. How you want to transform, again, going back to the coat analogy, how we going to transform and get this coat off? How are we going to step in the room and be ourselves and say to people, listen, we got to do X, Y, and Z for ourselves and for the people nowadays. It's not enough to just sit here and get enough for yourself. Oh, we got $10. Oh, we got $20. Okay, we're going to step out of the back door. No, what about everybody else in the room? What happened to everybody else? Are you going to transform for yourself and yourself only? Or are you going to transform for the people? Are you going to transform to put your stake in the ground? Are you going to transform for you to be heard? Are you going to transform for you to leave your legacy? Are you going to transform so you can be known? And not to the world per se, but to yourself, and say that I can leave this planet knowing that I did my motherfucking job. I don't know about y'all, but when God takes me, I want to be able to look spirit in the face and say, I did my job. I did what you asked me to do. Everything, or at least I died trying. That's what that powerful transformation feels like after we go through this depth of the moon being in Scorpio for a second to emerge on Wednesday to meet the power. How you going to meet your power in that now? How you going to transform yourself and everybody else with that now? Come on now. On Thursday, that moon is staying in Sagittarius, right? It's going to be opposite Jupiter. I'm going to get to that in a second, but I want to talk about this one aspect before I get to that. Mercury in Aries will conjunct Neptune in Aries. Conjunction is when two planets, or a planet and an asteroid, or two asteroids are sitting right on top of one another. Excuse me. I know that's disgusting, but I had to get it out. Excuse me. So the thing about conjunctions, which are a little hairy and which I spoke to the village about and I speak about in my workshops. I speak to anybody that listen, to be quite honest with you. But the thing about conjunctions, it's almost like, and it's almost like if you have this what you call it, selenite. You have selenite and you have this pin. When they are conjuncting, they're sitting on top of each other. And if this pin was a little bit wider, you couldn't tell if it was the pin or if it was selenite behind it. You would have to move it around. You dig? They absorb within one another. That's what conjunctions are. However, if you are bright enough, if you are conscious enough, if you are aware enough, you can be able to see what the power of this pin is and what the power of this selenite is by separating it within your experience, by separating it within your understanding of it. Does that make sense? So conjunctions are tricky, especially when you have Mercury and Neptune sitting on top of one another in the same harried, forceful, independent signs such as Aries. So on Thursday, I gotta say this clearly. On Thursday, if you're thinking a thing, you're convinced by the thing that you're thinking. You know damn well it's going to go down like this. By the way, if you're on YouTube, hit that like button, please. I'd appreciate that so YouTube knows I'm doing my job. Thank you very, very much, right? If this is resonating. If you don't like it and you're like, Sonja, kick rocks, then don't leave a thumbs up. It's okay. But on Thursday, when Mercury, your brain is moving fast, our brains will be prompted to move really, really quickly. Right? It's sitting on top of Neptune that can't see a thing. Neptune is foggy, y'all. Neptune is cloudy as fuck. Neptune is willy-nilly. It's Pisces' planet. It's like, whatever. Even though it's in Aries and it got a little fire in it right now, its main description, who it is just to be, imaginative and just out there. If you ever seen a Pisces and just, I just go with the flow. It could be quite dangerous if our brain is being operated by Neptune moving fast. That's like a fucking freight train going down the track at 200 miles per hour and then all of a sudden jumps the track. Do y'all feel me right now? Please tell me if you understand that. Thursday, be careful. Thursday, be careful by the things that you hear, plan, say, with Neptune sitting on top of that. Because what I want you to do is understand, what I want us to do is understand the power of Neptune and separate it somehow, some way, along with that same explanation that I just gave you. And when you separate it, you see how Neptune really comes alongside God. Neptune is not only confusing, Neptune is not only delusional, Neptune is not only flighty, like I just explained, but when you separate the energy of the two, you see it's God. You see its true spiritual intention. You see its intuition. You see its forgiveness. You see it's you being led. So to separate it is to go, am I thinking what I'm thinking, Spirit? Did I hear what I just heard, Spirit? Please validate that to me. Instead of moving so quickly on that thought or saying something out of your mouth in which you will, eat your words later about. Make sure what you say and what you think, what you write, what you convey is absolutely Spirit talking. And not you stuck in a cloud somewhere and you just want to say what you want to say because that Aries brat just wants to express itself. Does that make sense? That's very, very important for Thursday, especially if we're living in this passion, if we've been putting, using our passion as a foundation and taking this coat off and getting more and more vulnerable. We can't be vulnerable and just out there loud and fucking wrong. Just saying the things because Mercury is in Aries sitting on top of Neptune and you can't even hear the things or see the things that you're saying. Why? You just dismantled years of work, months of work, weeks of work. Here's my little cuidado. That's all I'm saying. Here's my little warning. Separate Mercury and Neptune on Thursday, please, and make sure you are sitting right nice and patient, unlike Aries energy, patient with your thoughts to make sure it's spirit and it's your guides telling you what to do. Be in a meditative state. If you have a very important meeting that day, take a moment, go into the bathroom for 3 minutes before you walk into the meeting. Don't do anything, please. My suggestion, my opinion, my guidance in this moment. Don't do anything heavy on Thursday because you might be able to figure out a different way of doing it, which is a better way. You never know. All right. Also Thursday, that moon in Sag, like I said earlier, is opposite Jupiter. Express the truth too soon and get burned. Hold on, let me say that again. Express the truth too soon and get burned, or balance out the info. So again, if you're expressing too soon, because remember, the moon is in Sag, so it wants to move fast. So if you express it too soon, you could be, I just had the weird visual, spirit gives me so many different symbols of farting, right? You expressing, you farting it out too soon. You getting rid of expressing it, expelling it way too soon. The opposite end of that is Jupiter. Jupiter is blessings. Jupiter is opportunities. You could be expressing too soon with that moon in Sag, as it's prompted by Mercury and Neptune and fire sign as well. You could be expressing too soon and miss the gosh darn blessings. You got to find balance in it all. Jupiter is coming with the information in Gemini. Jupiter is coming with the opportunity to match up your excited exuberance with that moon in Sag. But you got to be patient in doing so. You got to respect the information that's coming through instead of moving too fast and not knowing where it's coming from and how it's coming from, because Neptune got you all foggy in the same day. I know y'all understand. I know y'all understand. That eating crow. Come on now, Rob. Ooh-wee. Friday. I'm taking a moment, y'all, because it's a lot. Friday is a lot of aspects happening too. I'm going to run it down like I did before on Tuesday, and then I'm going to come back to explain. That moon in Sagittarius is going down, but then it's going to turn into Capricorn at 10:12 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So only for the first, thank you, Milana, only for the first couple of hours of the day we'll be in fast happening Sag energy, making us feel like we need to get out the house and do the thing, blah, 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 blah. But then it turns into Capricorn, which makes us practical about the energy that we have now. Let me knock off this to-do list. Let me make it really happen. Sag is not practical, y'all. Let me tell you that. And I'm not saying there's Sagittarius people that are not practical or not organized in their own way. Please don't leave me comments like that. Don't be general. Astrology is far from general, okay? So when I say now that we're set up with this moon in Sag, having us moving, it's not practical yet. It just has the energy. It just has the propulsion, it has the physical wherewithal, it has the adventure, it has the opportunities, and it's like optimistic about all the things, the bigger picture. But then Capricorn narrows it down practically. When that moon goes into Capricorn, it's like, okay, let's take that bigger picture and let's get on this road right here. Let's make it work. 111, everybody. Yay. Thank you, angels and guides. I love you too. Let's get on this road. Okay, let's get on this practical road and see how we can make this thing work. Let's see how we can make this thing happen. Let's see how we can make some things grow some coins, some coins and some corn, all of the shit. How about that? We wanted to grow. Capricorn says, I wanted to go to the top. Moon and Cap, I love when that is around because it's my opposite sign, but it allows me to balance out that energy and get some things done. Also, Mars will switch vibrations, y'all. On Friday, Mars is going to switch vibrations and go from Cancer until Leo, until June 17th, okay? Mars will be in Leo until June 17th, starting on Friday. So a good 2 months is going to be in Leo, give or take a day or so. right? That's a big deal. That's a huge deal because we've all been moving, just to size it up and compare. We all been moving, plain and simple, with a couple of variations. Mars movement in Cancer, only moving how we feel. I'm going to do whatever it is I feel, whatever sparks my emotions, whatever makes me feel like I can do a thing, whatever makes me feel safe. Mars and Cancer. Mars and Leo, don't give a fuck about that. Mars and Leo is like, I'm going to do it because I want to do it. Mars and Leo is like, I got the courage, I got the wherewithal, I'm a lion, I'm a roar, I'm going to get it done. Done, 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 done. It doesn't matter what's in your chart. For those that don't know me, this is a transit reading, which means that the energy of Mars in the sky is going to propel us to do the things in which we know we may be a little scary about, but we're going to do it anyway. In which we access our will, we're going to do it anyway. I love Leo energy for that. Leo energy is very competitive, by the way. So when Mars is in Leo, it's time to compete. And sometimes we have friendly competes. Don't y'all remember, for those who are old enough, back in the 80s when rap was really, when hip hop was really an art form, when we came together and we competed out of love, not into some weird ass slam fucking contest to try to get $2,500 or $250. It was a real competition of artwork, of delivery, of understanding, of, and I'm just using this as an example, right? Of literary prowess. You dig? That's the vibration of Leo energy when it comes to competition. I'm going to put my best up against your best to see now who's better, but so we can be better within ourselves. You dig? Come on now. That's the brilliance behind competition, in which Mars and Leo wants to carry us through. So isn't it dope that we was set up? And I say this all the time, y'all. The universe sets us up in ways in which I don't even think we grateful for. I'm going to say that. I don't even think we grateful for. Squirrel, because we go off and complain about the hard spaces and places. We become victims to these lessons that are being given to us, me included. We become victims to these things, and we don't recognize the spirit of the universe. These energies are taking us on this ride for our greatest good, for our highest good. And we never stay down forever. It's only temporary. And it's a reason behind it. The depth of Scorpio in this moment in time is bringing us deep and down into some shit by the end of the week, so we can be propelled by who? Mars and goddamn Leo. That says, all right, come on, get up out of that thing. Let's go. It's time to compete. It's time to show up. It's time to be bold. It's time to be courageous. It's time to bust through the door. It's time to shine. Leo energy shines, y'all. Leo energy shines. Its ruler is the sun. So it's in Mars. Come on. I can speak all day about Mars and Leo. Let's get it. And Taurus energy and Scorpios may have a hard time with that, because it's not like how you want to move. But understand, remember, these dips and these challenges against you particularly is not a personal challenge. It's to teach you something different. Maybe Taurus energy needs to get a little bold, little competition on them. Maybe Scorpio energy needs to be woken up with a little bit of light, because it stays in the dark for a while. And not in the negative dark. It just likes to hide out in the shade. That's Scorpio energy. But sometimes, Scorpio, you got to get out there and let a motherfucker know. This is who I am. This is what I'm doing. I'm just saying, y'all. Friday, that moon in Sag, it wants to square Saturn. Have you learned a lesson, or do you need to see the same consequences? I'm just asking, as I wrote down the notes. Did you learn a lesson? Did you get it? Friday, a lesson's going to come back for you. Now, that Mars in Leo, its downfall, its underbelly, its negative, in quotes, side, can allow us to be a little pompous, a little bullying about some things, a little know-it-all, for the lack of a better way, although that's mainly Aquarius. But that Leo energy can be boastful with things, you dig? So if this challenge is coming up on the same day, understand, follow me. If you don't, ask a question, please. This challenge on that day is, did you get the lesson? Mars in Leo says, if I got the lesson, then let's go. Mars in Leo also says, I didn't get the lesson. Fuck the lesson. Let's move. That ain't a good look, boo-boo. That ain't a good look. That ain't a good look. You may want to get that lesson. You may want to at least stop in the middle of the day and go, wait, hold on. Did I get that lesson? Specifically, that lesson Saturn and Pisces is trying to show you how to be compassionate, how to be patient, how to be concerning, how to be, what's the word I'm looking for, Spirit? Considered. If I say that word one more time, I said the word considered at least 20 times this weekend. We just want to be considered. Considered. Just consider me in a conversation, please. It might be my own personal gripe, but how many people out there just want to be considered? I'm serious on that. And this has everything to do with Friday, because that Mars and Leo will bypass consideration. Be like, I give a fuck about your consideration. I'm shining. Move the fuck out the way. But that moon square in Saturn is like, yeah, you haven't considered the lessons. You haven't considered my compassion. You haven't considered my apology. You haven't considered my discernment. You haven't considered my boundaries. Again, am I the only one who likes to be considered, or y'all can't type right now? Consideration just looks like, hey, Sonja, what's your opinion on that? Consideration just looks like, I'd like to Italian. Would you like Italian? Consideration is a question. Instead of being bullying, instead of pushing your way into somebody's life, instead of thinking that you're helping somebody and nobody asked you for your help. Nobody asked you, but you're pushing your way. Consider the person that you want, that you are helping, or you want to help, and ask them, would you like to be helped? Surprisingly, they may be like, I'm good. I'm good. Consider people. That's the lesson on Friday. What did you consider without pushing past something? The moon will trine Saturn. The moon will square Saturn. The moon will trine the sun. So now it's time to shine. Well, what I was just told, that's like a trick bag on some level too, because there's this shine with the moon in Sag, right? Yep. The moon in Sag and the sun in Aries, and that fire energy is like, yeah, we're doing a thing. We're shining bright. We are the bomb. We fire. We blaze. It's our perspective, or it's nobody's perspective. Fire signs are very interesting. I love fire energy for moving us forward, but oftentimes it lacks emotional maturity on a lot of levels. And I'm not attacking anybody. I'm saying, think about the way fire moves. It doesn't give a fuck who's in the way. It's just going to burn. So the challenge on Friday is being able to shine with that moon trine in the sun, moon in Sag, trine in the sun in Aries. At the same time, with Mars going in Leo that day. Let's go, everybody. Let's move. Let's roll. But that moon is squaring up Saturn and the lessons. Don't forget the lessons. Everybody wants to move, but you want to forget the lessons. You want the consequences? I'm just saying, you got to take a time. It's almost like, I don't know why this analogy or example just came in my mind, but it's almost like we are so hell bent on going to the amusement park. Let's go to the amusement park. Let's go to the amusement park. Everybody in the house, go to the amusement park. Let's go, let's go, let's go. You halfway to the amusement park and you go, oh, I forgot grandma. Grandma's in the back room. We forgot grandma. No consideration for grandma. No consideration for grandma because she's slow and she was on the bowl. She was going to the bathroom when everybody was getting in the car. No consideration for grandma. You done left grandma. Grandma wanted to ride the roller coaster too. No consideration for grandma. That's Friday, y'all. Be good about that. All right, take a moment. We can move fast. We can do the things. We can compete. We can have the energy. We can blaze. We can be fire. But we have to be considerate of ourselves and the lessons that we learn, and other people and their lessons as well, because we're here together on the planet. Does that make sense? That moon in Sag is quincunxing Mars. Oh, that's when it gets into Capricorn, right? When the moon is in Capricorn, it's going to quincunx Mars and Leo. So we might be feeling like we're going around in circles because the moon at that particular time, again, like I said, wants to be practical, wants to be serious. So by the middle part of Friday, there's a really interesting twist. We have all this gumption to do a thing, but possibly maybe you're being told to pull it back to be practical. You're being told to pull it back to manage your emotions. You're being told to pull your energy back, pull that fire energy back so you can be not only thoughtful, but again, it's practical and serious and in order about what needs to be done. Because it's okay to blaze, but if you're blazing just to be blazing, you're burning shit down. If you're blazing in a way in which is contained, it might be purposeful, like the indigenous people used to do when they used to burn certain areas of their land so it wouldn't catch fire and burn down people's houses and shit. Something we could learn from now. That's a whole nother thought. But when you burn, sometimes you have to burn strategically so no one gets hurt and people are considered. Does that make sense? I think y'all hearing me today for some reason. Y'all ain't saying much, but I can feel it. I can feel it for some reason. Simone said, real Home Alone energy. Left grandma home alone. That just cracked me up real quick. Left grandma. On Friday, that moon is squaring up. Oh, did I finish out that thought, Spirit? Okay, with that moon in Capricorn, quincunx in Mars, yes, we have to be practical about how we're moving. We just can't spin out. I think I got that thought out. If you have questions, ask me. Somebody had a question over here, though, before I move on. Let me make sure I get it. So if there's danger in missing something late this week, just take a beat, slow down, and question it. Sure. Yes. But here's the deal. You're not... Let me see. There's danger in missing something late this week. Just slow down, take a beat, and question it. Yes. Sometimes I have to read the question over to hear what you really are saying because we don't have too many characters, right? And I know we don't want to spell it all out. So yes, I hear what you're saying. If you feel like you're missing out on something this week is what this person on IG is asking. KTHXKIAI. If you feel like you're missing out on something because the world is moving too fast and people are moving around you, you just ask yourself, what am I really missing? Am I missing or can I get it back another time? To be truthful with you, because we're never really missing anything. It always comes back, right? And what am I learning in this moment in time? I think the bigger lesson and the bigger message, that's the better word, the bigger message with the coat coming off of us or having us put the coat on is that we have the opportunity in our lives. We have the opportunity in this expression of who we are right now to be able to follow suit with that harried fire energy or take our time or take the coat off or sit and meditate. We have to be in control and in passion and manage ourselves in this moment as we change, as we transform. We can't allow outside forces. The saying goes, we're in this world and we're not of it. Reverend Jason said it this morning. I've read it 1,000 times in books that I've read. We're not of the world. Let me say that again. We are in this world, but not of it. The coat allows us to be of it, in it, around it, consumed by it. This message this week is like, you don't have to be. Not through this transformation that's happening. This transformation is personal. The world don't have shit to do with the transformation that we're making on the inside, because that's how we control our lives. That's how we set up our daily life every single day, by transforming on the inside, not by doing the things that people are doing on the outside of us. They can kick rocks. On Friday, that moon in Sag is also squaring up. When it's in Capricorn, it's going to square up Neptune. Confusion, doubt of your dreams. Are you moving too fast or are you moving fast enough? You might question yourself on Friday. Because again, there's that harried energy. Per this person that said something over here on IG. You're welcome, honey. It's that harried energy. Am I missing out? Am I doing too much? Am I not doing enough? Neptune is dreams, or my thoughts and my confusion going way too much that I don't necessarily know what's happening. Yeah, pause. Pause, because you in control of this. They not in control of this. That energy that's swimming around you, it's not you. That's not you. That's them. That's the molecules in the air. That ain't you. It's not you. That moon in moon in Capricorn is also squaring up Mercury in Aries. That's a big deal. Why? Because Capricorn and Aries, along with Cancer and Libra, are cardinal signs. Capricorn and Aries are leaders. So the leader of emotions on that day saying we got to get things practical and do things in order is fighting up against fast ass Mercury in Aries. So again, per your question, very, very good question. Per your question, will you feel like you're missing out? Probably, maybe, because that practical reaction is saying, wait, hold on. Don't think too fast. Hold on. You're making a decision too quickly. Hold on. What did he say? Ask him again. Don't react on what you thought a person said. Ask them 2-3 times. And if they think you hard of hearing, so the fuck what? We all hard of hearing because we all getting old. Can you say that again before I bust you in the lip? Can you say it one more time before I misunderstand you? I'm just saying. And the thing about it is the fight that day, the arguments can come up with the fact that you want to move faster, think faster, say a thing before you actually plan on doing something with what's being said, what's being conveyed, what it is that you think. Does this make sense? Ooh, girl, I might have to listen back to my own shit. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't, but I feel like I'm on fire, or is it just the tea? Y'all let me know. Is it the tea? I got some. I normally don't drink chai tea. I'll be truthful with you, because black tea makes my stomach hurt a little bit. But I discovered this new chai that doesn't hurt my stomach. I'm wondering if it's really real, or if I was drinking something fake before. Let's move on to Saturday. Saturday, the moon stays in Capricorn. We're almost done. The moon stays in Capricorn, right? But the sun goes into Taurus. Thank God. Listen, I love Aries energy for what Aries brings. Understand this. It's not necessarily my favorite personally because it squares Cancer. It's not necessarily my favorite because it takes me and takes other signs out of the element of movement. But Aries is good. It gets you, jumpstarts you. It's like, come on, do that thing. I booked this residency, by the way. Fanny Franklin is playing with me on June 1st. Cody Chestnut is playing with me on July 6th. And I'm looking for a third artist on August 10th. It made me spawn this residency. Pre-sale tickets are in my YouTube description box. Go on and get them before they sold out. Trust me, they're going to be sold out, especially Cody's joint, because people are waiting for him to come. So I know I'm a little distracted, but here's the deal. That Aries energy helps you to propel some shit. But Taurus energy, when the sun is in Taurus, it's not to say you won't propel, you won't move, but you sit in what it is that you started. And you start to what? You start to really munch on it, regulate it, watch it, become patient with it, and manifest the things that you don't have. Manifest the things that you don't have. Did I tell you that? And I'm sure I have. If you don't, get my book, please. Astrology. That's not my book. The Signs. I was about to give you the title of somebody else's book. The Signs, an Astrological Memoir by Sonja Marie, is on Book Baby. It's on Amazon too, but I'm not really pumping them up nowadays. But it's on Book Baby. Go on and get that thing. There's a link in the description box below. And I talk about how Taurus energy is the manifester of the zodiac. Why? Because they're patient, unlike every other sign. They're patient. They sit back. Why? Because they respect money. Taurus energy respects productivity. Taurus energy takes its time, bit by bit, to manifest a thing, to pull it in, and then it nurtures it and cares for it while it's in its possession. Taurus energy is dope like that. So if we had all of these things go with where I'm going and how the universe is sharing with us, y'all, if we had all these things as hot and ready to go, Aries energy, and by the way, there's about to be a stellium of planets in Aries too. We have all of this Aries energy happening, and then we sitting in the season of Taurus to go. Even though the stellium of Aries is coming, that's another story. I'm gonna sit here and help y'all to manifest the dreams of your life. May is gonna be on and popping. May and June, get ready. That's all I'm gonna say. Get ready if you've been doing your work. I love Taurus energy for that. So here we go. On Saturday, when the sun goes into Taurus at 3:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, get a little bit of solid in how you walk and how you sit and how you design your life and your day, how you manifest things. You understand how you are being trepidatious and careful and caring and devoted and loyal and showing up. I love Taurus energy for not only just showing up, but being devoted to a thing. I'm not going to stop until it's done. Get some of that on you. Every season is purposeful, regardless of what sign you are. That's why I do these transit readings. I can do a whole bunch of readings for every single sign, but it's best to see what we are all going through so we can all help each other navigate that space and learn how to live together, not just within ourselves. On Saturday, I love this. Mars and Leo will trine Neptune in Aries. Come on now. Come on. Talking about dreams, talking about manifestation. How y'all doing, those that are coming in on Instagram? Talking about manifestation. Neptune is dreams. Neptune is the ethereal. Neptune is the unknown. Neptune are all the things that's sitting above you in your imagination, waiting to drop down into your dome so you can move on it. And Mars says, hurry up, drop them so I can move on them. Mars trines Neptune. Inspiration finds you, so move on it. Mars trines Neptune on Saturday. Whatever you feel inspired by, whatever you wake up thinking about, dreaming about, our imaginations, our intuition will be on fire. Whatever we are being sparked to do, not in a hurried position, but in an inspirational, oh, shucks. Oh, what was that? Yeah, that's what I need to, let me write this down. Songs are dropping, poems are dropping, inspirations are dropping, ideas are dropping, inventions are dropping. Stop on Saturday. Stop and drop on Saturday. Stop and drop on Saturday and write it down. At the very least, get it out. Because our ethereal space, the unknown, is being called out. It's saying, come on, I got you. Fall right here. We're going to do something with that. We're going to make millions. We're going to save lives. We're going to get some people out of Gaza. We're going to do the things we need to do. I hope that makes sense. On Sunday, last day, of course, there's a couple of aspects I want to run through. Then we're going to pick a card, and thank y'all for sticking around so long. I appreciate you. It's 1 hour and 32 minutes in. Thank you. And for those that missed it, and I said it very quickly, yep, I have my residency at the Del Monte Speakeasy in Venice, California. Fanny Franklin is playing with me on June 1st. Tickets are $12. Pre-tickets are on sale in my description box on here on YouTube. Cody Chestnut, my longtime friend, brother, creative muse, friend, connection. I love that man so much. He's going to be playing on July 6th with me. Pre-sale tickets are available. If you want to come, it's $12. Buy your ticket now because it will sell out. It's a very small venue, and I want y'all to come. Please, thank you. All right, that's enough of that. Let's go into Sunday. Let's pick a card, and I'll let y'all be on your merry way. Sunday, the moon stays in Capricorn until 7:22 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then it goes into Aquarius. Thank you, Sankofa. He said, my last show was incredible. I appreciate you and your queen for us coming on through. It was so good hugging y'all. I was hugging everybody and putting sweat on everybody. My friend and I always said, you should bottle that sweat and sell it. You should bottle it. I'm like, you and your capitalistic stuff. Who's going to buy Sonja Marie sweat? Nobody. But I'll get it on you for free if you come to my show. Thank you for being there, Sankofa. All right, Sunday. It's gonna Mars is gonna the moon is gonna show up in Cap, and then it's gonna move into Aquarius. So let's start. We deal with that when we get to it. Let's start. The aspects for Sunday: Venus sextiles Uranus, love that. Mercury sextiles Pluto, love that. The Sun is squaring Mars, cuidado, be careful. The moon is squaring the Sun, cuidado, be careful. And the moon is opposition Mars, also cuidado, but you can help to balance that out. The beautiful thing about Sunday is this, is that your value is hitting right and nice with the changes that are happening in Uranus, the scatteredness, the inventions that are going on, the things that Neptune dropped down the day before, right? You feel you're seeing the worth in that. You're seeing the worth in being different and being changeable and changing your mind. I was telling Kamau this yesterday. We were talking about quitting versus changing. And I heard somewhere along my studies, and I can't quote anybody and or credit them in this moment, so forgive me, but how someone said quitting, how someone said they don't consider themselves quitting. They consider themselves changing their mind when it's necessary. And I really sat into that, because to be truthful with you, I don't think we ever really quit, not unless you really just want to quit. Sometimes we get to a point of, most of the times we get to a point of just exhausting a thing and then going, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want to do the thing. So I say all that to say is that maybe on Sunday with Venus sextile and Uranus, which is change, we'll find a way in which we can switch and change our mind and be easy on ourselves in changing our minds. Be easy on ourselves for taking another route, because we recognize throughout this week that our passion is leading us somewhere else. We recognize that the lessons that we learned are really valuable lessons, and I really need to shine and be vulnerable and take this route over here. Does that make sense? You could change your mind this week and find the value in that. Mercury, sextile, and Pluto. So if you do that in your mind, Mercury is changed per Uranus's prompt. Here comes Pluto going, and you can be powerful in that. You can show who you are for the people in that. You can transform who you are for the people in that. You can do the weird things because Pluto is in Aquarius. Uranus is Aquarius's planet. So let's change and be different than anybody in our crew. Let's say the things in which they always look at us. There's Sonja talking about that shit. There's Nia talking about that shit. There's Rob talking about that shit. As a matter of fact, that's who I am. Yep, that's me talking about this shit. Let's go and stand powerful in that with Mercury, sextile, and Pluto. Mystic, can you close the door for me? I wish you could. Hold on, y'all. It's kind of noisy out there. Kind of noisy. Okay. Also on Sunday, like I said, the Sun is squaring Mars. We got to be able to understand and recognize the value in this change that's happening, and the uniqueness that's coming in. Because again, there's an ego battle. The Sun is ego. And when it battles up against Mars, oh my God. So what are you doing? How are you moving? Are you moving in the change? Because if you're not moving in the change, then the Sun, your ego, is going to catch you. Or somebody's ego is going to catch you. What I wrote here. The ego is threatened. Anger ensues. Yes. So maybe you feel a little bit threatened by the new changes that are happening, either on yourself or by the next person. Squirrel, have you ever been in a relationship with someone or had friends or people around you, and then all of a sudden they come in brand new, looking a particular way? They no longer laugh at your jokes. You understand? Should we get angry at that? Should we be pissed off by people changing, even ourselves, by us changing and subscribing to a new way of being, of living, of acting, of shining? I'm just asking these questions, y'all. They seem obvious, but when we're in the moment, it really ain't. The moon wants to square the sun as well. So we got the sun squaring Mars and we got the moon squaring the sun on Sunday. I would say go to the beach, but the beaches are polluted. So find a way to really get easy on that day. Find a way to get easy on that day and be easy on yourself, because there's a battle. There's a battle between what you want to do, what you really want to do, and what it is that you're expressing. And I say you, I mean me too. Okay. So there's a battle between what we really want to do and what it is that we are expressing, but also knowing in the back of our minds that I gotta be different. I just need the courage in order to do the thing. I just need the balls, the propulsion, the understanding in order to do the thing. Mystic, the door is open again. Lord, I just need that information, that insight, that conviction. Convince yourself this week. Sometimes I swear spirit is showing up. Angels be coming in, blasting the doors open, turning the lights, flickering them on and off. I'm like, I hear you. I see you. What else you want me to do? All right. Lastly, on Sunday, that moon is opposition of Mars. Because the moon is in what? Aquarius. Mars is in Leo. There we go. I like that. I like that. I like that opposition on Sunday, even after all of them egotistical battles that we may go into in regards to us changing and showing up differently. There's a balancing I love when the moon is in Aquarius, even though for some it can make people feel real cold and detached and not emotional and really non-affectionate. There's something special about the moon in Aquarius because it allows us to jump over emotions and see the bigger picture. And it also allows us to handle emotional situations with our minds. Should I really put my time into that? Should I really, if anybody has a moon in Aquarius, let me know. Because the moon in Aquarius person is like, let me figure out if I should be emotional. Let me figure out what that is about that emotion. It's hard to be emotional for sure for moon in Aquarius people, but it's utilized properly when you are asking the question, how do I manage my emotions in order to get through a particular thing? Now, with that moon in Aquarius bringing opposition to, or I should say, bringing balance and his opposition to Mars in Leo, it's saying, even though you're courageous and you got some big balls now, big cojones, and you want to move forward and do the thing because you got the will, think about it. Add some thought to your emotion. Really, really think about it. Is it worthy? Is it realistic? Is it purposeful? Does that make sense? Should I pull back the guise of all the hard emotions, the watery emotions, and really, really feel this thing through and make it make sense for me and mine before we plow through forward with all this courage and vibrato? Balance that thing out is all it's saying on Sunday, okay? All right, we got through the week. Good God, and it's already almost 2 hours. For those that stuck, I was going to say proud of you. I am proud of you because this is a long time to stick with a person, but I'm definitely appreciative is what I really wanted to say of you sticking around. I'm going to pull a card for us for the week wrapped in my loving, I had this for a good 30 years. Lord have mercy. I'm such a Cancer. I hold on to things that mean so much. I really, 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 really do. Now is the time to ask a question, though, and I'll do my best to answer as swiftly as possible. Thank y'all for being here. Jessica Robinson is here. I was talking to Cody about you the other night. Jessica. He was like, wait a minute. How does somebody that I know in Atlanta, or wherever he was, Florida, how does somebody know in Florida that I'm playing? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I said something. He was like, yeah, my friend who knows Jessica. I'm like, oh yeah, small world, Jessica. I'm sorry, it's just a conversation with me and Jessica. But it's also to show you how small this world is. Again, I'm playing at the Del Monte Speakeasy. I have a residency going 3 months in a row. June 1st, July 6th, August 10th. June 1st, Fanny Franklin is playing with me. Y'all know about her. Look her up. She used to be the lead singer of Oregon. And then on July 6th, Cody Chestnut is playing with me. Pre-sale tickets are here on YouTube. I'm going to put them up on Instagram in a little bit. Please get them now. Haven't found an artist for August 10th, though. If you have any suggestions, let me know. I'll reach out to them and see what they want to do. All right. Let's take time and pull. Thank you, Portia. I appreciate that. And pull a card. I'm doing my best to research some live streaming too, at least for one of the shows. If not all of them, because I want y'all all to see them, all to see the shows. I'm excited. All right, picking a card. Great Mother, Father, God, and all my guardian angels and ancestors, spirits. Thank you for this moment. Thank you for the sun. Allow us to pick the card that suits everybody here. Where to go with this? To focus on forward with your life, your intention. Thank you, God, for this day. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Ooh, you came out nice and smooth. Nice and smooth is funky. Also hip hop junkies. All we wanna do is and you nice and smooth is funky. So glad that y'all can be here. If you have any questions, please ask them now. Thank you. 7 people on Instagram hanging out. I appreciate it. It's hard to get people on Instagram to hang out with you for long because Instagram could be very distracting. Too many funny, and cool things on Instagram, right? All right. What's the card? Bada bing, bada bang. Harmony. This is for the week, y'all. Harmony, 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 harmony. Harmony grits. Harmony, harmony, harmony grits. Okay. And I opened up right to it. That's fucking nuts. Look at that. As my book is falling apart. Did you ever see this? I had this book for 20 something years. It's falling apart. A cancer. I don't want to get rid of it. Harmony, harmony, harmony grits. The experience of resting in the heart in meditation is not something that can be grasped or forced. It comes naturally as we grow more and more in tune with the rhythms of our own inner silences. The figure on this card reflects the sweetness and delicacy of this experience. The dolphins that emerge from the heart and make an arc toward the third eye reflect the playfulness and intelligence that comes when we are able to connect with the heart and move into the world from there. Connect with the heart and move into the world from there. Connect with the heart and move into the world from there. Let yourself be softer and more receptive now, because there's an inexpressible joy waiting for you just around the corner. Nobody else can point it out to you. And when you find it, you won't be able to find the words to express it to others. But it's there, deep inside your heart, ripe and ready to be delivered and discovered. Ashe. Amen. Ashe. As I slow down and really give reverence, appreciation, and love to my spirit guides and angels, to yours as well, to our huge present known as God presence. I'm so grateful that they allowed us to start it off with this. We started off with this harmony. If you rewind selector and go to the top of this recording, we started off with being vulnerable, with being open, experiencing all the feels. And that's the only way we're going to get the joy. That's the only way we're going to get the blessings. That's the only way we can experience this heart of love in which we deserve, but we got to give it. Be a friend to get a friend. Love somebody in order to be loved. And if people in your life are not loving you the way you need to be loved, don't shut your love off, please. Just direct it to somebody and something else. Because you got to love. You got to get the joy on you. You got to find the harmony. It's yours. Does this make sense? Come on, Judy. What's up, sweet neighbor? What you doing? Y'all get that? Ashe. Amen. Amen. Aho. I say. I'm so glad you can join me, us, my people, and you being my people. I hope to see you on June 1st or July 6th or August 10th. I'm going to keep saying it. I want y'all to pass the word. Please, birds, pass the word, bird. Pass the word. See you real soon, all right? And I'll talk to you another time. Adios, and much love to you.